Good morning, Macaque. Welcome to the Bulldog Morning News Show, the place for you to find out everything going on here at Macaque Middle School. I am Yarin. I am 7th grade here at Macaque Middle School.
Good morning, McCracken. I'm Yarma Luel. Let's get today started. I would like to invite you to stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance with me, and please pause for a moment of silence afterwards.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Don't forget that as we continue to celebrate Read Across America Week, today and Thursday during your advisory time, it will be an emphasis on reading. So take this time to enjoy some good independent reading. Remember, if you need a book, we've got them here for you in the Media Center.
Hey guys, good morning. I'm Mrs. Tanner, 7th grade ELA, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about my reading habits for Read Across America Week. So I grew up with a 1st grade teacher, my mother, and she loves reading. So everything in our family was about reading. Unfortunately for my mother, I didn't like reading. I couldn't hear the words very well. I have really bad hearing. So I didn't learn to read until I hit 3rd grade. Once I hit 3rd grade, I discovered a series a lot of you are probably familiar with called Harry Potter. I fell in love with it. My father and I would read that book together every single night. And I really got into that kind of magical genre, which led me down another route for reading, manga. A lot of students I know here at school know me as the anime teacher this year. I love anime. I love manga. My favorite manga is DN Angel. I love My Hero Academia, of course, as well. I will binge read them all weekend long with my cat and my dog on one side, and we'll snuggle up on the couch and reread those books forever, and then we watch the anime if there's one available. But I just love to read, but even if it's difficult, even if it's challenging, anybody can sit there and enter into a magical world that doesn't exist, and you can see it in your head, and it's such a powerful moment. You don't just have to read for school. Don't ever think that just because you come to school every day that you have to read what we have for you. There's such amazing books out there. Your lovely Miss Sunday has so many options for you guys and can recommend millions of books, I swear. So come on down to the library, pick out a book. It doesn't have to just be something humongous to read that you think all your teachers want you guys to read. Pick up that manga book. Look at those beautiful pictures in there. Read through it. I promise you there's something for everybody, even if you have a difficult time hearing like Mrs. Tanner does. I really hope that this week this inspires you guys to find something out there that's just for you guys. From Harry Potter to reading your math textbook or the dictionary, there's something for everybody. I love reading not just because I'm an ELA teacher. I love reading because it's a place I can escape to. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity to talk to you guys. Come on down to my room and we can talk about anime, manga, or anything else you guys want to talk about with books and reading. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.
This Friday, we will wrap up our celebration of Read Across America with a special Hats Off to Reading. So on Friday, you can wear your favorite hat, baseball cap to school. Teachers, we'd love to see you in on this as well.
Here are the list of days in our Macaque Sport News Show. Our boys and girls soccer teams will face off against River Reeds Academy this week. The game being on Tuesday over the River Ride. The girls soccer game will first follow by the boys soccer team. Practice will take place on the non-game days.
Make sure you're walking single file in the hallways and that you're separated from classmates. Also, check to be sure your mask is covering your nose and your mouth completely.
Good morning, H.E. McCracken Middle School. This is Miss Lisa Lucas, one of the special education teachers here at McCracken. I am here to give you a little bit of a rundown as to what happened last Thursday, February 25th, at the Youth Activation Summit. It was our first time participating in this event virtually, and we also had the luck of the weather upon us that we were able to participate in this event outside on our patio. I wanted to share some of the really cool things that our Junior National Honor Society and the students from my class had the opportunity to participate in, create, and build a relationship with each other, and also build a relationship about going forward as to some of the cool things that we can do here at McCracken Middle School. The keynote speaker for the Youth Summit was Mr. Derryberry, and he explained to all of us, as a kid, he struggled with having a last name such as Derryberry. And then as he got older, he learned how to embrace it. And he's an educator with over 20 years experience. And the first story he read to all of us was called The Dot. And our group had the opportunity to participate as he was reading along and drawing along. This is an example of the final product. How the story started is everyone was encouraged to make one mark. And on here, I believe the first mark was the little blue dot. And then we passed the work around. All right, boys and girls, this is an example of one of the dot pieces of artwork. As you can see, the green lines is the marks that Miles started on this artwork. And then we passed it around a few more times, and as you can see, Oliver wrote his name and he added a little bit to it. And there were a couple other students that added to it as well too. Here's another sample over here. Harper did a little bit of the artwork on here as well too. We have a couple dots. We started at the center. We wrote the date on here as well too. All right. But this is our first picture here of what the dots looked like to begin with. And again, it was the activity was to remind us to leave our mark, whether to leave our mark as a random act of kindness, to show that we have some artistic ability. All of us have different favorite colors. And what one person's idea of a mark can be very different from somebody else's. I think that was a really cool activity for us to do as an icebreaker. And again, it was Mr. Derryberry who led us with that first project. Next picture, Miles is chilling out and he is holding different emojis. Everyone had a chance to create an emoji, and the emoji was to reflect how they were feeling about this Youth Activation Summit and what they were getting out of this summit as well too. So some of the emojis were in color. One couple of them had hearts. Some of them had chalk in their hands. Different style eyes. And everyone created their emoji depending on how they felt. It was really cool. Charlotte Berkeley was our winner. And I apologize if I said your name wrong. Something else that we did that I told my peeps I would not post. We did 2 TikTok dances, the girls versus the boys. And we also came up with an H.E. McCracken cheer. I just wanted to give a big shout out. William led us with that and did an excellent job. Thank you. The next part of our summit was we did some chalk drawings. This one says be kind. And if you notice the beautiful colorings and the shades and the lines, we used some tape to be creative with this. After the rain the past couple days, they're not as bright as they were last week. Here's another example of the whole group working together on that artwork. This one says, leave your mark. And again, that was a reflective piece of work going back to our first opening activity with Mr. Derryberry. Reading the dot. Make sure you leave your mark. And you want to make sure you leave your mark and you bark and you do the right things. One of the last things we did when I talked to you about the Youth Activation Summit before the activity took place, I had this little advertisement with Diana and the book that says Be You. And it was a great book about how you can be you. how you can be like somebody else but still be different. Just like making the dots. Everyone's dot or mark was different. Different colors, different shapes, different sizes, different thoughts on that. We had the opportunity, Mr. Derryberry did read the story to us, but we had a little bit of technical difficulty. So Miss Patty, my assistant, read the story to us. So that's a picture of the group listening. But the follow-up activity after reading BU was to create a tape rainbow. And the challenge was, I did not want the rainbow to look like our normal traditional rainbow with the rainbow arches. The boys group did a pot of gold, and they did 3 rainbow steps leading up to the leprechaun, or the leprechaun was going to jump down 3 steps to land on the pot of gold. And the pot of gold was 3D tape, and up at the top, the cloud was 3D as well too. The girls did a little bit of a different version of a rainbow. They started off in the corner where we would normally think of the sunshine, the sun rays, red, yellow, and orange, very bold striped colors. They did a black triangle, and they were throwing confetti, rainbow confetti, which was something different. They also, on the green grass, they have a unicorn that is throwing up a rainbow, and underneath the green grass is some sea creatures in between the blue and the purple. That was it. That was a really fun day. The weather turned out perfect that we were able to be outside. We had some great reflections. A couple of the students had said, I'm really surprised at how much fun I had. A couple students had said I really was pleased with how much I reflected on myself and what I can do and how I can be better. I hope we look at this opportunity that they share their experience with their classmates and their teachers and their families, and that they can talk a few other students into coming up with some ideas, maybe some creative activities that we can do during lunchtime. Maybe we could read outside or do some more chalk drawings. But I hope this leads to an opportunity for more students within H.E. McCracken Middle School to get to know our special needs students, and vice versa for my students and Miss Mercer and Miss Patterson's students to know everyone else in the building too. I know with COVID-19 things are a little bit different and nothing has been the same, but I know we have a lot of creative kids and faculty and staff here that we can come up with some cool things. All right. Thank you all for listening to this great announcement, and I want to thank all my participants. You did a great job, great behavior, and you did a great job setting the example and setting the bar really high. I appreciate that. Thank you. Goodbye from Miss Lucas. Bye-bye.
Have you ever wondered how your teachers select their student of the month? They look at our monthly character trait and find a student who shows this quality in class. For March, it is all about self-control. So look for ways you can demonstrate self-control here at school.
We hope you have an awesome day.
We hope you have an awesome day. Remember to do whatever it takes.